Okay, maybe this will be interesting to you. So how does a typical client land in my lab, to say? Um, Usually, these are very successful people who have like long streak of success, who are really like doing well, and suddenly that success is slowed down. It could be by difficulties in the company, it could be by family issues and other personal issues, or it could be by health. So then they are like at the crossroads. Okay, okay, what to do next? They are not used to the fact that they are not succeeding anymore, or not so much anymore. And then some of them, through some advice or through some mentor or through some reading, they decide, oh, maybe I want a coach. Same with teams, you know. But and then they try to go to different conferences, they listen to YouTube and so on, and then they realize that all these things, especially the virtual things, don't provide enough value for them, and that they are actually not changing by attending some conferences and listening to some great speakers, you know. So then they are like, okay, maybe I should start looking for a coach or a mentor. And I tell you, it's very tough to find someone right. And that's what they tell me. One person asks too many questions, another does not understand your challenges. So they keep looking until they come across someone they like. For example, it could be me. And they check references. They see if they are working with the same or similar kind of people, and then they decide to have a face-to-face meeting. And during that first meeting, what I do is an assessment. I call it a total performance assessment. It includes your physical performance, emotional performance, mental performance, spiritual performance, strategic performance, financial performance. So we see where you are at and how you are doing and where you are lacking energy, for example, for areas of your life which have been neglected. And we see the gaps. And first of all, of course, we work on your strengths, but usually successful people fail because they have some gaps, because they overlook some areas of their humanity in general. Unsuccessful people need to work on their talents and strengths because those talents and strengths will make them successful. But successful people actually, according to me and my experience, my 30-year experience with these types of people, all sorts of managers from international companies, but also from local companies and other professionals, they are like, okay, no longer my strengths are taking me where I need to be taken. Right now, what is blocking me and pulling me down are my weaknesses. And this is a tough moment when you really need to be open to look at your weaknesses, and you really need to, with the help of me, of course, put aside your ego and say, okay, these are your great achievements, but here is what I'm lacking, because everyone is lacking something. And these things are very often on a mental level, strategic level, or emotional level. They are kind of invisible, especially to people who deal with pragmatic projects and pragmatic actions, which are the people in business mostly. So these are the deficiencies that sabotage your success and that can sabotage, for example, your health, which of course will sabotage your success. So in terms of my system, you begin training with me. I call it training rather than coaching because it consists partly of training, mentoring, coaching, but the key aspect is that you are training. Which means between the coaching sessions, you are actually doing all sorts of tasks to improve in the areas you have some gaps. And in the end, after some time, and such an engagement lasts from the fast one from 6 months, and the longer one could be 2-3 years, in the end, you really have a solid strategy for your professional development, and you really have a solid strategy for your personal development. Not only you increase your standing in your company, but also your enthusiasm is higher, you build strong connections, you communicate better, not just with your coworkers, but with your family, and you feel like an architect of your fortune. You feel that you've regained that power to not completely control your life, but to be ready for anything that the world brings, because it always brings all sorts of problematic and difficult stuff. So in the next moment, I will tell about a metaphor which will help you to understand this a little bit better.